because at the end of the day, you're replaceable. You got to remember that. Things aren't just going to come to you. You got to go out and get everything you earn. Things aren't just going to fall in your place. You're not just going to get something that's handed to you. There's some people that are. It's a very small percentage. But for the most part, you're going to have to go out and earn every little piece of what you get. That's the truth to it. So when a scout first sees you, you're judged based off your size, speed, and the traits they see. They don't see the other stuff, how hard you work, what you put into it. So the only way to really separate yourself is to be able to do that. So when it comes to being the best you gotta plan out everything, from when you're working out to what you're eating to every little detail. Even the way you're moving when you're training, when you're lifting, when you're throwing, when you're hitting, pitching. Every small, fine detail. It's not just about going out there and just getting your work in for the day. Listen to your body, listen to how it works. These little small details, even if you're just playing catch with someone, try to aim for a little spot on their chest. It allows you to just separate by, oh, I'm going to hit this little thing. Okay, see how many times you can do that. Keep doing it over and over and over again. And repetition, repetition, repetition. You got to be able to stay consistent with what you're doing. You can't do one day and be like, oh, I'm going to go throw hundreds of throws. One day I'm going to go lift way more weights. You got to be able to stay consistent and build yourself. You can't be up and down. Oh, I'm going to lift heavy today, lift light today, I'm going to run a lot today, and run little today. You got to be very consistent. Be persistent in being consistent, is what they say. You can stay consistent as to every person who you are. It allows you to be in this middle range. You don't want to be someone that's super high or super low. It's always about right in the middle. If you can consistently say that consistent person, you're going to rise above people that are going out and doing things that are high or low. There's not a lot of people that get pro opportunities to play professionally with sports. You got to be in that top 1% of people in your field, and it's not easy. It seems like it's a cool thing. It's a nice job, yes. I get to live my dream of playing pro baseball, but it's also very stressful. There's also thousands of people that would die to take your spot. So you got to always be building yourself, improving it, always reaching out, trying to get that next spot. There's ways of doing it, and there's ways of making yourself better, but you can never be content with what you're doing, who you are, because at the end of the day, you're replaceable. You got to remember that. Unless you got a massive contract or something, someone else can just come in and take your spot. Just got to always be training to get better than that next person and keep leveling up as you go. So my workout routine, I normally lift for 2 to 3 hours a day, depending on how much time I have. I'm in there for a good amount of time. I normally run 10 to 15 miles every other day. I'm getting ready to start my season, so I've cut back a little bit on that, but I was doing that every other day, a 10-mile run. These are just things that you got to do. I mean, there's some people that are like, I don't want to do the running, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. There's the same types of people that, they don't care if they get better. They don't care if they do this, they don't care if they do that. You want to be around people that are trying to go where you're trying to go. If you're getting drugged down by someone else that's just okay with being okay, that's okay, but that's not really the type of person I am. I'm someone that always tries to build and improve myself of who I am at every aspect. Be better than the next guy. So, for example, you go to practice, coach has you run sprints. Nobody wants to run sprints. Nobody likes to do that. You gotta push through it. You gotta have a mindset of, okay, F this, I don't want to run, but I'm also not going to get beat by the guy that doesn't want to do the same thing that I don't want to do. You got to be consistent with trying to outwork what you're trying to do and who you're going against. Who cares if nobody likes it? Nobody likes going to the gym, front squatting, doing different lifts that hurt, running sprints. Nobody enjoys that. I mean, there are some people, I can probably name a few, but you gotta outwork the work, as they say. If you're just sitting there complaining, you're just complaining, and it's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna make you, oh, who cares, oh, I don't like it. Okay, nobody else does. Just get better. Also, truths to putting in that extra work. You see the people that really care about it, and then there's also people that are just like, it's just the extra thing I do. For the people that normally put in hard work, you can kind of see they put everything into their sport, which is a good and a bad thing. You don't want to be too consumed in it. If you're too consumed into your sport, that's all you ever think about. You go home. I was that guy before. I would just go home, freaking stretch for 45 minutes, an hour, just think about baseball the whole time, watch pitching videos, just try to consume myself completely about every little aspect of baseball. And then it kind of just overcame who I was, and I was just so obsessed with it that it kind of just got burnt out by it. I was running, lifting, every aspect of my life just revolved around who I was with baseball. You got to be able to separate your home life and baseball life. It's okay to go out and have fun. It's okay to go out and do other things. I used to not do those things. I used to just be super focused on, fixated on baseball, and it kind of bit me. You got to be able to have a well-rounded balance of both. And that's not saying you can't work hard. You want to work really, really hard. I was one of the hardest workers. I've not met anyone yet that works harder than me when it comes to putting in work and stuff like that. But at the same time, you can't burn yourself from both ends, as they say. You got to be able to separate. Okay, I've had enough today. Push it off for the next time.